Hello, guys. I am back, and welcome to another story time. We are still reading Vampire Kisses by Ellen Shreiber. And I am liking it so far, and I hope you guys do. We are now on chapter 7, and if you have not seen the last 6 chapters, I recommend you go and see them because you're not going to understand what's going on. So, anyway, with that being said, let's start. Chapter 7. Happy Halloween. Halloween. My favorite day of the year. The one day of the year that I fit in. It's the only day everyone accepts and compliments me. And I even get rewarded for it by generous neighbors who don't think I'm too old to celebrate, or are more likely too afraid of what my tricks would be. But this year I decided I really wanted to wear a costume. I shopped in stores. I usually never went to and borrowed things from my mom. I strangled my hair into a ponytail and pink barrettes and wore a lusciously soft white cashmere sweater with a pink tennis skirt. I gave myself a healthy glow with some of my mom's base and blush and wore a soft plum lipstick. I even carried my dad's tennis racket. I went around the house saying things like, Mummy dear, I'll be home after my tennis lesson. Nerd Boy didn't recognize me as I passed him in the kitchen. Then his mouth dropped open when he realized it was me and not a neighbor's kid dropping over for sugar. I've never seen you look so good, he said, dressed as a baseball player. I thought I was going to be sick right there and then. My parents wanted to take pictures. Go figure. They were acting as if I was going to the prom. I let them take just one. I figured my dad should finally have a picture of me he could probably hang at the office. Becky and I were eating lunch in the cafeteria later that day. Everyone looked at me like I was the new girl. Really, no one recognized me. It was fun at first, then a bit annoying. I got stares when I dressed in black. I got stares when I dressed in white. I couldn't win. Then Trevor came into the cafeteria dressed as Dracula. His hair was slicked back and he was sporting a black cape. He had plastic fangs and red hot lips. He stood with Matt as he glanced all around to find me. He wanted to rub his new look in my face. Matt finally pointed to me and Trevor did a double take. He stared at me long and hard, looked me up and down. I had never seen him gaze at me like that before. It was as if he was in Major Crushville, as he checked out my preppy white sweater and healthy glow. I thought for sure he'd come over and say something stupid, but instead he sat at the opposite side of the cafeteria with his back to me. He even left before I did. I was free of him, but I was wrong. I should have known our truce wouldn't last. My little pumpkin basket was almost filled with Smarties, Snickers, Mary Janes, Jolly Ranchers, double bubble gum, and lots of other tasty treats, and most importantly, spider rings and temporary tattoos. Becky and I had walked all over town and now wondered what awaited us at the front door of the mysterious mansion. We were saving the best house for last. Apparently so was everyone else. There was actually a line to the front door. It was like we were at Disney World. Ghouls, punks, bums, Mickey Mouse, Fred Flintstone, and Homer Simpson were all eagerly waiting their turn. And a bunch of coiffed parents who showed up to steal a peek inside. The circus was in town, and everyone had to come look at the freaks. He's really creepy, a 12-year-old Frankenstein remarked to a pint-sized werewolf as they passed us. Nerd Boy spotted me and Becky as he walked down the driveway. It's well worth the wait, Raven, you'll love it. This is my sister, he said proudly to his geekoid Batman friend, who looked at me with junior crush boy eyes. Did you see any shrunken heads or monsters with fangs? I asked. No. Then maybe we're wasting our time. That old man is really freaky. He looks scary and he isn't even wearing a costume. I could see Nerd Boy was trying to bond with me, since this was the first time he could actually show me off to his friend. But I could also see Nerdo was expecting a verbal body slam. Thanks for the info. Thanks? Yeah. Of course, sis. I'll see you at home, if you want to trade any candy bars. Nerd Boy nodded willingly. He smiled and left like he had finally met his long-lost sister. Becky and I eagerly waited our turn. We were last in line, and as Charlie Brown and a witch who were in front of us stepped away with their goods, the door closed. I looked at the S-shaped knocker and wondered if it was the initial of the new owner. When I peered closer, I saw it was a serpent with emerald eyes. I rapped it gently, hoping the gothic guy would answer. I wanted to ask him if he was the one in the road the other night, and if so, what he had been doing. Most people got their exercise at the gym, not on spooky country roads in the dead of night, but no one answered. Let's go, Becky suggested nervously. No, we waited forever for this. I'm not turning back until I get some candy. He owes us. I'm tired. We've been out all night. It's probably just some creepy old guy who wants to go to bed, and I do too. We can't leave now. I'm going home, Raven. I can't believe we're so chicken. Come on. I thought we were best friends. We are, but it's late. Okay. I'll call you tomorrow and tell you all about Mr. Creepy. There were enough treaters walking around that I wasn't afraid for Mousy Becky. I don't know. She'd get home safe. But would I? I stared at the serpent knocker and wondered what stood behind the huge wooden door. Maybe the new owner would pull me inside and hold me captive in his haunted mansion. I could only hope. I knocked again and waited. I knocked again. I banged and banged and banged. My hand was starting to hurt. I dashed around to the side when I heard the lock coming unlatched and the creaky door open. I quickly ran up to the front steps, and there he was, standing before me, Creepy Man. He was tall and skinny, his face and hands pale as snow, in sharp contrast to his dark butler's uniform. He had no hair, not like he'd lost it, but like he'd never had any, and bulging green monster eyes. He looked like he had been alive for centuries. I loved him. We have no more candy, miss, he said in a deep foreign accent as he peered down at me. Really? But you must have something. Some peanut butter twists? A piece of toast? He opened the door, and no further than necessary. I couldn't see behind him. What did the place look like inside? How had it changed since I snuck in 4 years before? And who were we? And did they look creepy too? We could all be friends. I felt someone watching